What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Meta Gaming. My name is Ronald. This is the best channel that nobody watches except a few special people like yourselves, and today we're going to be continuing our series in this tournament that is currently ongoing, organized by the 1100 AD team, modding team. So the next match will be with Exez against Alvaritobs. It depends how you put the accent. I don't know. I'm sorry. It's gonna be the Duchy of Apulia and Calabria against the Alvaritobs. Interesting matchup. Like, the Duchy has some strong Norman troops. So I'm a little bit confused here. Who's who? I'm guessing... Well... Whatever. Okay. So, we have a few Norman knights there that can be very strong. We have some crossbows on the eastern front. Some spears. These guys are heavy melee. There's some serious stuff. Let's analyze the team. The teams. We're gonna go with the Arabians here. Got one heavy melee Arabian Faris swords. It's probably Arabian, yeah. He put them on the flank. No spears, which against Norman knights, I don't know how that's gonna go. But let's see. Again, beautiful looking troops. The center will be held by some veteran Mutatavia warriors. Okay, Mutatavia warriors. Okay, they're axemen from what I can see. Cool troops, man. I'd like to play some campaigns, some eastern campaigns. Okay, so these guys seem to have the advantage, at least on the damage output for sure. Charge bonus as well. Melee defense, these guys have a better defense. Which, yeah, might help against the knights, but, oh, I don't know. I saw some crossbows here. Arabian crossbowmen, range 175. Now, I don't know how these guys compare. My suspicion is that they are weaker than the Hungarian crossbows, which are very strong. Interesting setup here. He spreads out his crossbows to cover all of the, or most of the battlefield. What is this? Arabian axeman, medium melee. Probably some leftovers, you know. He had some money left and let's get some Arabian axemen. Now we have 5 horses. Let's see, we have a couple of melees here, medium melee. The Black Guard, Arabian Ferris cavalry. Let's see, let's check them out. These are the Black Guard guys. Let me just hit the play a little bit. Not bad, not bad. I don't know which aesthetic I prefer. Can't pronounce myself on that one. Let's check the stats. A little bit more health here. Better charge here. But damage is higher on this one. I'm guessing the same will be here. Arabian Ferris, yeah, and Black Melee, yes. And then we have the Black Guard, which is the same. Yeah, okay. The General's bodyguard is the same. So a pretty good looking army. Interesting, interesting. Let's go ahead and flip the table. What do we got here? We got Lombard Longbowmen. Norman armored archers. The archers have a lower range than the crossbows, obviously. Oh, I stand corrected. The longbowmen have a massive range. Ammunition. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. He is out skirmished a little bit here. Or not. Now that I noticed this one. That's gonna be very interesting, actually. The Normans brought some spears. He keeps the spears behind the cavalry. He has... I think he has fewer horses. No, the same number of horses, grouped differently. I like the spear again behind the horses. If he plans to play a defensive battle on his flanks, then this is great, because then you can mix in the spears with the cavalry, and you will definitely win that engagement. If that's the case, I don't know what his plans are. It might be just to cover the flank here and to push out with the horses. That also might be a factor. And then the general in the middle. Let's see the horses actually. We have shock here, medium shock. These guys are gonna hit hard, but if they get pinned down by some melee cavalry, that might be trouble for them. It's gonna be interesting to see how they match up. Yes, and we have the melee. Okay, so he opted to put shock on one side, melee on the other. No mixture. The Norman Knights were fucking forced to be reckoned with. Medieval tanks on the battlefield. Let's see how they will fare here. Okay, let's have a look here. Got Lombard swordsman, Lombard swordsman. Okay, 4 Lombard swordsmen on the flanks of the main line. Medium melee. Norman elite axes. Yeah, these guys are the real deal. Melee attack, melee weapon. Look at the charges, 45. I think 33, 34. Yeah. They have a very good charge. But we'll see after they get pinned down. And in the center we have a very heavy melee. Norman Foot Knights. This is gonna be interesting. This is going to be interesting. I don't know. I have my money on the Normans. I think, yeah, it depends. It obviously, this is like, the horses will decide the victory, but I have my money on the Normans. Let's see if I'm going to be corrected. Because I had my money on the Terminator as well in his match twice, in twice of the battles. And I predicted not in a correct fashion. And I wanna emphasize this, guys. I watched these replays. This is the first reaction. I don't watch them before because I enjoy watching them and sharing my enthusiasm in the first like viewing of it and recording that one. Hopefully that's gonna go through the video and you will feel the same. But I am going to make mistakes for multiple reasons. Like, I don't have a lot of experience watching multiplayer matches, so I might say stuff that is incorrect. And also, if I point out something that is obvious and I am correct, I'm not criticizing the player, because when you fight these battles, you have to pay attention to a lot of things, and naturally, even the best of the players will forget to do something, and it's very easy for me to pick on because I just look, right? We just watch. We're not controlling anything, so I want to make that clear. I'm not criticizing the players if I say that they're doing something wrong in a bad way. I'm just pointing it out. Looks like the Normans will take the initiative here. I wouldn't push so far because the crossbows have the range advantage on sorry, the longbows have the range on the crossbows. They have better range. So I mean, I would stop here. Why go further? Just start firing, but I might be wrong.
Advance at speed! At speed!
Yeah, this guy is Exez, and the other guy is his opponent, because he uploaded the videos, the replay, so I remember that. He left in chat the results as well. Because they have different names in game, that's why I was a little bit confused. Okay, let's see. We have a stare down. A lot of stare downs happened in history, actually, where the armies would just, but mostly in antiquity, where the armies would stare down each other, but they would never fight, or days would pass staring down each other. And that's where the fun would end.
Fire on the enemy! By your command!
Here we go. He moved his general. Okay, he moved his general to the right flank to mirror the opposition's line up, and he puts the spears there, so he wins that initial fight if they fight each other. He uses them as a defensive force, and he is very correct in sitting tight because his archers will outshoot the crossbows, I think. And there's no reason for him to push right now. Now he started targeting the crossbows because initially he was shooting the Arabian Ferry swordsman. He's not using these guys though, and I don't know why. It might be risky to push them a little bit up front. It might not. He's trying to outflank here the Normans on both sides, but I failed to yeah, it's rough if you're out-skirmished. Looks like his option is to sit tight, take the punishment, and try to duke it out afterwards.
Riders at the double. Move it.
The numbers started to go down now on the archer side. And he still has this guy and he hasn't used him, so yeah, that might turn out to be a good advantage towards the end there. Or later on, I should say.
Charge.
I think the Norman line will do better against the Eastern line. I might be wrong, but we're gonna see.
Rest easy.
I like the clash of styles here. I like it because like you see, he's trying to do something. The Eastern faction player tries to do something to be proactive on the flanks with the horses, but the Norman knights just turtle up, which is like historically, like, I mean, not always, but it makes sense, you know, because the Eastern forces were always like faster on their feet. Agility and the quickness of response was always their forte against for example, the Crusaders. So this is fun to watch. These guys are gonna get shot to shreds, but the longbows don't get shot anymore. Okay, so it looks like we have a standoff, a Mexican stare down on the flanks. So let's see the clash here. Oh, they have ammunition. Okay, that's gonna be worth a decent amount. So these guys are Lombard swordsmen. Yeah, they have, yeah, that's gonna give them such a good advantage because you shoot them and then you charge them. And the charge bone, they don't have such a good charge, but those pillars are gonna do some good stuff against them. Yeah, this guy is starting to rout. He still doesn't use, what's going on with these guys? I don't understand what's going on here. He hasn't used them. Now he started to move them, but he's moving them to attack the enemy, or what? There's one charge. Looks like on the right flank the eastern faction is pushing back the melee troops. On the left though, or on the right of the Normans. Although this guy routed, I think they're in a decent spot. Or not. Yeah, the Norman player is in danger. Holy shit, those Easterners annihilated the center. That's something that I didn't expect. Although, yeah, they were like medium against heavy, but that was interesting. Now the Normans charged the general. And this guy, why are you idling my man? Come on. Probably counting your money already, thinking that you've already won. Let's see if that's true. I mean, the Normans have almost nothing left here. They can still shoot some people, but he's not pulling back the archers. They're just melee fighting there. We have some naftas, probably from the Easterners. Let's see if that's gonna be enough. Because one-on-one, the generals seem to be... the Normans seem to be having the advantage. And now he's gonna send in the spears as well, which is gonna be game over for that flank if the Eastern player doesn't pull back the horses. We have a charge in the center. Oh, that's a solid charge. Very solid charge. On this side of the fence, this is a lost cause. But he will get the general. Okay, that is super important. That's very important. I think the Easterners should have fallen back with their general there, because that's a lost cause. We might have hoped to tip the scale there with the naftas, but it didn't happen. These guys are holding the line valiantly here, but it's not gonna last long. Now it seems that, yeah, he's charging the archers, or the crossbows I should say. But they have no general, which is gonna weigh heavily. We have the heavy Normans that can charge units to shreds, but he has a lot of numbers here. It's gonna be super interesting to see what's what. This is something that pisses me off in 1100 AD sometimes. Like, unit is losing decisively, but it's taking them so long to die. Looks like we're gonna have some frontal charges, or what? Oh yeah. That is some brave shit right there. This is one brave Norman player.
As you command. Advance at speed.
We have a heavy melee here with the medium melee. Let's see the numbers, 56, 60. Yeah, the Normans will win that one. He's fallen back with his general because he was obviously getting pinned down. Still have some heavy spears here. If these guys can hold a decent line, and then the Norman guy manages to charge them in the rear, that's the match right there. But he has so much, and he's trying to charge and charge those troops, which, yeah, is gonna be effective, but eventually your horses are gonna run out of steam. This should be a winning cause here for the Normans. Oh, the general is very dangerously still there. Come on, pull it out! Pull it out, man! Yeah, the pull-out game is not good on that general. Okay, well, I stand corrected. Looks like Exez is the Eastern player. Yeah, I think the thing about this battle was that that center just melted in front of the Almoravids. They just freaking melted. That was that. Wow, they melted like butter on a hot knife, man. Well, props to Exez in that one. I think he's the winner. I'm very confused by the names right now. Maybe you can do better, guys, next time. Yeah. Yes, okay. Match number 2. We have Armenia against the Teutonic Order. I see Alvaritobs here likes to play as some heavy knights with the Normans and now with the Teutonic Order. Let's see how this one will fold out. It's a best of 3. This is the second and last match, so we know the result, but it's still gonna be an interesting matchup. Armenia has some solid troops. Let's see how many horses do we get here. 4 horses for the Armenians. Okay. We got a couple of... yeah, a couple of shock, a couple of melee. Azat Knights, Noble Cataphracts. Let's check them out. You gotta love some Cataphracts, man. They're so legendary. Again, a spear behind the cavalry, so I kind of understand his philosophy here. It's interesting, then that's for sure. We have some heavy Armenian archers. What's their range? 165, pretty standard. Not like those crazy longbows. Oh, some Armenian spears. I think I noticed another one. Yeah. And then we have 4-4. Yes. We have axemen in the center left side. And then we have an Armenian heavy infantry. They're heavy melee. Man, these guys look awesome. Okay. Interesting setup. So what's the... What is the philosophy behind this? I think it ends like... I mean, the obvious one would be that he would like to overwhelm his enemy on his right side. On his right side. And then just hold the line here. And that would explain why the spear is here behind the horses, to just defend. Now, let's see on the other side. We see pikemen. Interesting, interesting. A couple of pikemen in the center. We have medium archers, 145. Their range is inferior, but we have a heavy crossbowman. Interesting. Let's check out the troops on the Teutonic Knights. Let's check out these pikemen. Medieval pikemen. Interesting. Germanic long axes. Quite a decent amount of variety in this lineup. I wonder what's the strategy behind it. Because I don't know how yeah, I don't know. Usually pikemen are good at holding the line, but they're not that good at doing damage, and especially against the Armenian axemen. I don't know how that's gonna go. But the interesting stuff, let's see these knights, man. Medium shock. We have some Germanic shock cavalry. We have the Teutonic Knights Guard. Yeah, the cool looking troops, man. So, let's stop fanboying. We have 2 shock and 1 melee, I think. Yeah. No, that's also shock. Okay, so a lot of shocking. Here as well, a full shock. Okay, well, what does that mean, actually? Against these, we have 1 melee, 1 shock, 1 melee, 1 shock. What I can see is that there's... the spearmen are pretty far on this side. Yeah, let's see. These guys are gonna feel the pain. Okay, he's gonna charge the archers. Let's see if he's gonna get there in time. Oh, he's gonna get there in time because the Teutonic player doesn't pull back. Oh, that's gonna be a massive charge. Pull back, pull back. I think that might be a little bit too late. On the other side here, these guys are gonna charge. He's faking a charge, I guess. What are you doing? Why did you stop and you're not doing anything now? Oh, come on. Yeah, these archers are getting wrecked. And also this horse will get wrecked because he just stood there and took the side charge from the very heavy shock cataphracts, which yeah, that won't end well. That's a very good charge on this guy, 32 kills. I think the Teutonic player was distracted when this went down, or I don't know what he did, but it was a poor choice.
Orders understood. To arms!
Now if I'm the Armenian, I'm pulling these guys out. You don't want to get pinned down against spears, because initially you will win, but I think eventually they should turn it around. A rear charge on the general. Main lines are still idle.
As you command! Break the lights! Cut them down! Charge!
The general, the Teutonic general is gonna be shot now. And this is a very heavy melee, so he's gonna eventually start beating the shock troops. Cataphracts are starting to feel the pain. Oh, come on, man. You have to deploy them. Ah. Yep. They're not even deployed as pikemen. Yes, they are just fighting with their swords, and they're gonna get chewed up by the Armenian cavalry. I mean, the Armenian infantry. He didn't deploy them. That was a mistake. What are you doing here? You should charge the rear. One unit could charge those guys, and then with the other he could charge the rear. But I guess he's distracted here. His general should be out of there.
Break for glory!
He's gonna get a good rear charge, but he's gonna get pinned down by these guys afterwards. And here, finally, the horses woke up. Yeah, I can see the... What is this? Yeah. Yeah, I think the Teutonic Order player is a little bit overwhelmed by the multitasking, which is understandable. Like, that's one of the reasons why I was like, should I go into this or not? I mean, I would like to try it eventually, but first I wanna check out how other players play. I gotta scout the area first, you know. Anyway, this is gonna be a victory for the Armenians. That's pretty clear at this point in time. Although the general on general action here might go in favor of the Teutonic Order, everything else is not going very well for them. He's gonna get outflanked. On some of the places, the pikemen were not deployed when they were fighting. These troops might come back. Yep. 13 kills is not enough on an archery troop. Now they're gonna get charged down by the cavalry. Yeah, he just routed those horses. And I should charge the spears in the back, and all these melees should go there, in my opinion. Oh, I think my wife came home. The dogs are crying. Yeah, that was... There were quite a lot of mistakes made by Alvarol, but no problem, no problem. You learn from mistakes, then you come back stronger. I think one of the major mistakes that he did is that he was just, I think he was a little bit overwhelmed, and he couldn't, his multitasking abilities were not that good. The initial charge on the archers should have not happened. You see that when the horses started moving, it was pretty obvious where they're gonna go. So it is what it is. Victory for Exez, I think. I hope. Pretty good match, cool troops, and I will see you on the next one. Guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Until then, stay safe, stay clean, and always stay strong.